Back now to our top story, and 67 people have died after a deadly mid-air collision between an American Airlines passenger flight and a military helicopter, both aircraft crashing into the Potomac River in Washington, D.C. It's the first incident of its kind on US soil in over 15 years, with President Trump confirming there are no survivors. Former Qantas pilot David Oliver joins us live from the Gold Coast. Good to have you with us. An unusual type of crash, this one.
Morning, Trevor. Yes, very unusual. One aircraft on final approach for landing. He'd been cleared to land, and the helicopter flying down the river on a prescribed flight path. The question has to be asked as to what coordination there was between the two flights by air traffic control.
Yeah, we are hearing there were communications from traffic control to the chopper, but also too, the passenger jet was asked to change runways at the last minute. Could that have caused this?
No, the change of runways involved only a very small change of the flight path of the aircraft. They were changing, I think it was 40 degrees from the original runway to the new runway. That involved them flying just a little bit further to align with the new runway. I don't think that would be a contributing factor. The biggest question to be asked is how the two flight paths, which are published procedures, managed to intersect at that particular point.
We're hearing more about the Reagan National Airport and how congested it is in terms of traffic, but also too that the runways are short. It's locked between the river itself and then also very condensed urban areas around there. Pilots actually have to take specialist training, don't they, to land?
Well, not so much to land. Reagan, as you say, is very heavily controlled. The proximity of the White House means there are no fly zones quite close to Reagan, so the pilots have to fly the prescribed tracks extremely accurately. I'm unaware if they have to have special training to fly into Reagan. I don't believe so, but nevertheless, it wouldn't be beyond the capabilities of a normal pilot to handle that situation.
How often does military aircraft like this chopper and commercial aircraft share airspace like this?
In the US, I think it's fairly common. In Australia, in major terminal areas like the capital city airports, air services, air traffic controllers would ensure that there was positive either lateral and or vertical separation between two flights on crossing paths. In America, there are procedures published that allow military and even general aviation aircraft to transit through heavily congested airports on the basis of being able to see and avoid other traffic. That's what appears to be the case in this particular instance.
And David, just quickly, for those of us who are about to get on a plane, just give us some reassurance about how unique a situation this is.
Look, it's extremely unique. I think the last report I saw was something like 12 or 15 years, perhaps more, since the mid-air collision in the United States of this magnitude. The likelihood of it happening when you look at the tens of thousands of commercial flights that operate around the world every day, the likelihood of a mid-air is extremely remote. I mean, air traffic control worldwide is pretty sound and safe. And Australia particularly, one of the best in the world. So I think passengers should be reassured that the likelihood of being involved in an incident like this is extremely remote.
Well, that is good to hear. David Oliver, appreciate your time. Here's Nat.